Hi, welcome in. How is everyone doing? How's everybody doing? Hello, hello. Welcome in. I believe today's Tuesday. Yeah, happy Tuesday. Welcome in, welcome in. So, I wanted to talk to you guys today about the energies that we're all dealing and experiencing right now when it comes to what's going on around us, right? We have what's going on politically. But outside of that, there's been a shift in the energy and how people are feeling and what they are struggling with. As you know, I'm a psychic medium, I'm an intuitive tarot reader, and so I'm reading for people all the time. I'm always checking in the energy, I'm answering people's questions daily. And the theme that has been, I would say, since March, has been for people is how do I get through this current energy? And the energy for a lot of people has been very heavy. And the reason why it's been heavy is because a lot of the things that they've done before aren't working now. Hi, Donna's daughter. How Carbon 12. And so the things that we used to do to get the results that we needed are just not working. And it's not like I've heard this from one person or another person. I've heard this from several people, even some practitioners that have had to pivot and understand that spirit is living. It is a living, breathing, moving thing. It is a practice that you have to adapt and change with the time, with the energy. In order to do that, we have to know what it is that we're supposed to be doing. And so, as I'm coming across these questions where people are trying to figure out what to do next, what is my next move? There are people who have been laid off. There was a mass layoff at Oracle recently. There's going to be more layoffs coming. There's people trying to figure out how to take care of their families, how to stay sane, how to maintain their bills, right? This is the purpose of your spiritual practice, is to provide you a pathway to get to the things that you need in real time, in your real life. If your spiritual practice, if your ancestors, if your God, your angels, your spirit guides, if they were not going to assist you in improving your life, then what is the point? We could have stayed in church. We could have continued to tithe. We could have continued to stay ignorant to the power that we actually hold. So in order to do that, sometimes the best thing that we can do is to sit and listen to what Spirit has to say. So I posted about this, and now there is an offering. It is a $33 offering where we're going to speak with your ancestors, not with your guides or anything, your people, your bloodline, your DNA, okay? And they are going to tell you what you need to do. This is not a reading where we talk in theory, because no shade to any other readers, but I hate when someone's asking you, how do I pay my bills? When someone's asking you, how do I keep my family together? When someone's asking, is my brother going to jail? If somebody's asking if I'm going to get the job, and they're coming to you with, you need to feel the passion of the position with the girl. What do I need to do? This is a what do you need to do? That is the beauty of your ancestors versus these other energies or entities. They're going to be specific. They're going to tell you go get another job. They're going to tell you take money out of that 401k. They're going to tell you to drop that partner, because that is a conversation that nobody ever wants to hear, is that sometimes the people that you are attaching yourself to are causing the hardships that you're coming into contact with in your own personal life. Some of us have attachments, not spiritual attachments, physical attachments. That friend that's always been sneaky, that boyfriend that's never really been honest, that friend that's never really supported you. These are energy leaks. These are things that can cause you to lose power. These are things that can cause you to not be able to focus on what it is that you need to focus on to get to what you need to get to. And that's what this What to Do Now reading is all about. It is about giving you specific instructions. Hey, Ebony, this is about giving you specific instructions. Hey, Miss Key, on getting to what you need to. And everybody needs something different. Okay? Everybody needs something different. Some people, like I said, you're looking for a job. Other people are looking for a home. Some people are looking for a partner. Some people need to get rid of a partner. So this why this reading is going to be on an individual basis, and it's going to be from your people specifically with the directions that you need. One of the instructions that I have heard from the ancestors for the collective across the board is that we need to fast as a collective. We need to figure out what we're going to fast from, whether that be food, whether that be social media, whether that be the phone. But we've got to sacrifice something to get something. A lot of these requests are not astronomical, right? Y'all aren't asking to wake up tomorrow and be a multi-billionaire. We're being realistic, right? However, sometimes you have to put something on the table to get what you want. Sometimes you have to put out an offering in order to see a result. The offering that the Ancestral Collective has been asking for is fasting, and not fasting in a religious sense. This is saying, I am willing to sacrifice. I am willing to go without this thing in order to see this change. That fasting, in that sense, is important for several reasons. But one of the main reasons why that is important is because it's implementing discipline. As a society, we have lost discipline. That's why when you see the person that goes to the gym every day, we're so blown away by their results. That's why when we see somebody who's getting to this stage or getting to that stage, we're blown away because they've implemented discipline. Fasting calls back in that discipline. That's specific directions. That's what they're giving us. Hey girl, hey. That's what they're giving us in this What to Do Now reading. Anytime I work with anyone living my best life, I'm really glad that you're in here because you're a good example for what I'm about to say. Thank you. When I've walked through things with her and she's asked me specific, well, how do I do this? Well, how do I do that? The ancestors came back with specific directions. You need to do this on a Wednesday at midnight. You need to go to this tree at 2 a.m. You need to drop this in that yard. You need to go pray this prayer for this many days. You need to, there's specifics. And she'll tell you, she said, yes, she will tell you that these specific directions have resulted in real life results for her. I'm not doing this to play with anybody. I don't read spirit because I can't even say I read tarot because I really don't be reading the cards. I'm just listening to what they have to say. Thank you. Tap, tap, tap the screen, y'all. But I don't do this for fun. This isn't for fun for me. This is for results. I don't know about anybody else, but my spiritual awakening was ugly. Okay? Your girl was a mess, a hot mess. I was crushed. So when I came through that, these gifts started manifesting themselves. I can't say they showed up, they'd been there all along, but the gate was open for them to then manifest. And it was at that point that I was getting from other people, this is what you're supposed to do. And I told Spirit, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to read, if I'm going to speak to those on the other side, it's gotta, it's gotta create a result. I need people getting cars. I need people getting homes. I need people getting married. I need people having babies that didn't think that they could have a baby. I needed to not just experience it, but I needed to see it experienced in others. Life changing. My first one was ugly, no guides. I asked for them to be taken away. Yeah, everybody always asks at the beginning for their gifts to be taken away because it's terrifying. If you don't have somebody with skin on to explain what's going on, it's terrifying. That's why I opened up my mentorship and was like, get in how you fit in. If you can pay, great. If you can't, we're going to keep it moving because the money's going to come. Because it's about being a touch point. It's about being a base, a safe space for other people. Because this is real life. There are people really trying to take your joy. There are people really trying to mess with your money. There are people really wishing and hoping that you would stay single because they are single and they're miserable. But no, you have a right to find companionship, partnership, protection. And we're going to the ancestors to ask them how. The reason why we're going to the ancestors to ask how, and I'm not just pulling cards and I'm not just asking your spirit guides. No one else is going to know what your best move is according to your DNA and personality makeup. It's so sad, and yes, it does show someone else's misery. It does. Nobody else knows how to do it the best for you than your people. They know what your habits are. They know what your issues are. They know what you will and will not continue to do. Because there are things that you're just not going to be able to do. You don't have the tools. That's why this has to be on an individual basis with specifics from them. So they'll address the tools that you have. I pray for my gifts back every day now. And they're coming. As we've talked about, your gifts are absolutely coming. But there were some things that had to be addressed first, right? And that is why we're getting this what to do now. Because for a lot of us, there were things that must be addressed. One of my lines is you cannot be worried about your ancestors if the light bill is due. There is an order to things. You've got to be realistic about this. You've got to be realistic about what your practice looks like. You've got to have real direction. Otherwise, you'll quit. Otherwise, you'll find yourself inconsistent. That's where people you hear like, I was starting on my spiritual journey and then life hit and I stopped. Hey, nephew, they stopped because the base issues were not addressed first. We first got to deal with the shadow work, figure out where the ugly stuff is so we can alchemize that into energy to push us forward, right? Once we've done that, then we need to start to address physical things. Are we making enough money? Do we feel safe? Are we healed? Are there people in our circle that need to be removed? Is there family that we need to cut off? It's a real thing. Even if it's your parents sometimes. All of these things have to be addressed first, and then the deepening of the gifts come. And then you get to have all of the visions and all of the things. But you're doing those in a specific order as a literal raven is flying past. All of these things have to be done in order because you need specific understanding to define these experiences. Yeah, that does make sense. Because if you don't have the ability, the understanding to define some of these spiritual experiences, you'll run back to religion. You'll run fast back to the pulpit. Honey, you'll be on the front row on Sunday morning asking for an explanation because it did make sense. And the only explanation that you had was based in fear. Religion is all about fear. When you come out of that and you're learning what some of this stuff truly is, it gives you the ability to explain these experiences. That's why anybody that I'm reading for, that I'm working with, that I'm mentoring, any of this, we take these things step by step. I don't believe in you under mentorship with me for a couple weeks, a couple months. What you gonna get out of that? You're gonna, Keisha, I don't understand. I don't understand. That's what you're supposed to. It's gonna take time. I'm walking with people for years because then they're leveling, they're changing, they're understanding what their ancestors and the depth of their ancestors are. A lot of people always jump to deities. They jump to other practices. Hey, TC, they jump, right? Real fast. But that's where you trip yourself up. Thank you, love. That's where you trip yourself up, is when you bypass the elders. The elders are your protection. The elders are your wisdom. The elders are your ancestors and your answers, because nobody's lived this life. Hakate has never been a human in your bloodline. I love Ganesh. He's never been a cousin. Love him down. It's something different about calling on your cousin Mary, who also wanted to write books, but didn't have the time to write the books because she was worried about surviving in rural Mississippi. Here you are trying to figure out how to do it. Now you've got the inheritance of time and space and peace and safety, and Mary gonna help you do it. How you know how to do it in the time frame that works for you, so you don't feel anxious and you don't feel behind. Never bypass your people. D- Thank you for that. Don't let other people convince you that you're not powerful. I was reading a book called The Conjuring of America. I do believe that's the full title. It's got a picture of a lady with her head tied up. And in that book, they're talking about the mammies. They're talking about the slaves who had to heal and take care of slave masters and their families. And there's a part of the book where she discusses how the women that did the herbs that nursed the children, they were so powerful that the slave masters would come to her before they would go to a doctor. They've always believed in your power. Now it's your turn. Yes, the La Madamas, the mammies, the women who took the African knowledge that they brought over from slave ships and mixed it with their spiritual mysticism and conjure to create real life change. These women were not doing this in theory. This was life and death. This is why you don't bypass your ancestors. You don't know who was in your bloodline. You don't. There's no way for you to know unless you begin to dig and you begin a relationship and you ask for their names and you ask for their gifts. And that's what this reading is all about. What to do now. Everything is coming to distract you. But will you be worth your focus? You're paying attention. Where are you paying your attention? Let the ancestors talk to you. Let them tell you this is not the time to go to school. This is the time to learn investing. Are you doing the reading on live? I'm not doing the reading on live. Thanks for asking for that. The reading is in my link tree. It's a recorded reading. It's in my link tree. And the reason why I'm not doing that on live is your detailed information. This is them telling you what to do, how to do it, where to go get that new car. Because somebody needs a new car. that's on the live right now, because they're being very specific, telling you where to go get the car. And it's not, you said me, give me up. I got you. Because it can't be based on your physical thing. It cannot be based on your credit. It cannot be based on how much money you got. If that was the case, then you just go get it. This is for the stuff that you need the bridge. Hello? That's a real amount. That's a real amount. Ask them how to get to it. Because that's not a lot of money. $90,000 is not a lot of money. And if your immediate thought was, hell yeah, it is, we got to work on the mind. I didn't say you had it in your account, but 90 grand isn't a lot nowadays. We know if you go outside and breathe, you're going to spend $150. I'm going to pay now. I just prayed in the mirror this morning for my ancestors to help me. Well, they're going to help you. They've been helping and they're going to continue. This is all about them. This is not about me. This is all about them. I am simply the oracle that they speak through. I tell y'all all the time, I don't know what the weather's going to be tomorrow. But when spirit speaks, they speak clearly, they speak definitively, and they give you guys what you need. So go in that link tree and get that reading. Because I'm pushing them out. Because they keep saying right now, before this change. Because there are things that are coming down the pipeline for us. I would say globally, right? But I live here in America. We do have clients in other countries, but for us here, things about to get tighter. Temperature gonna get turned up just a little bit. We're gonna see a little few more theatrics. Okay? Spirit doesn't want us to be thrown off kilter. Excuse me. Spirit doesn't want us to be swayed by what we see. That's the trick. Making you believe what it looks like. That's the trick. Hey, Tineke, how are you? Good to see you, love. That's the trick. Because if they can make you believe what you see, you'll never believe that you get what you want. Think about all of the things that you've seen in the news in the last 72 hours. Mm-hmm. Thank you. If that's what you focus on, that's where your attention has been paid. So imagine with me, you paid attention, you're on the news, you're seeing all the crazy, you're seeing all the things, you're seeing all the chaos. Now that's in your mind. The gas prices, the grocery prices, the this, the that, the economy, and it's rolling through your head. Now you need to go do some work for yourself. And you need your attention and your focus, but everything in your mind is chaos and lack and confusion. So now you've got to do the extra effort to gather your attention again to pull it together. Do not let them siphon your power. Do not let them be an energy leak. We're focused on what we need. I have to download an app for it. No, you don't have to download an app. Mm-mm. Hey, not just Saint. No, you don't have to download an app. If you just go into the link tree and click the link, it'll take you directly to purchase the $33 reading. But that's the thing. We've got to stay focused. And I'm not saying be numb to what's going on in the world, because we don't do that, right? But you're not the salve to every situation. Thank you. You're not the solution to everybody's crisis. That's why you're tired. That's why you're exhausted. That's why you don't have enough to handle your own. Hey, Esty, because you don't have enough here. Y'all got to start saying no to people. Can I borrow? No. Can you come by? No. Can you call? No. Can I take? No. No is a full sentence, and it's going to help you. Insufficient fund. Exactly. Because what? The answer now is to rebuild what's been broken down. So many people went through a tower moment, and March is not even funny. It leaked into April. The rebuild phase has to come with instructions. What to do now. That's the reading. That's the instruction. Spirit said, make it accessible. I said, cool. $33 good? They said, that's good. I'm not doing it live because I have to record it, because you need to hear this over and over and over. And as you're going, as you're doing, you go back and say, but at the 5-minute mark, at the 10-minute mark, this is what Spirit said. That's why I record readings. Even live readings are recorded, because you need to be able to go back to the instruction manual. You got a million things to do. There is no way you're going to remember what I said today at 2 o'clock on May the 16th when you need it. Go get your reading. Hold on to it. That's your instruction manual to rebuild. Rebuild your bank account, rebuild your protection, rebuild your mind. And I don't know who this is, but whoever this is that really wants to have children, I got mine, I can't wait. Hey, sis, whoever this is that wants to still have children, it's very possible. And it's feeling probable, very probable. Things like this, I'm not going to say that, but Spirit is giving specifics, certain supplements you can take, certain things you can do to make you more fertile ground for having those children. There is no expiration date on you. You're not too old to get married. You're not too old to have kids. You're not too old to get a partner. You're not too young to do the thing, whatever that is. If you think you don't have enough experience, if you think, oh, I should probably be older before I get into this, no, you need to do it now because you feel called to do it. There's a lot of older people, shout music. There's a lot of older people. I was just talking about this with my sister the other day, that are jealous of young people. There's a lot of elders that are jealous. And it's sad to see, because without the youth, my God, where would we be? You should have lived your life to the degree that when the young people come up, you're clapping for them, not trying to hold them back. I love the YNs. I love the young people. I love the ones that are getting into spirituality. I love the ones that are tapping into their ancestors. You know why? Because you figured it out way before I did. You're going to save yourself a whole lot of trouble. You're going to save yourself a whole lot of time. And you're going to help to normalize this path, this practice. This age group that I'm in, the older group, right? I'm talking people born late 70s, early 80s. We came out of the matrix, honey. Like, when I tell you the calling was calling, for me to go from that to this, for a lot of us to go from that to this was a journey. He says, "Shh, my parents needed to hear this." Yeah. Oh, I know who this is. I said, hey, nephew. I know who it is. I just didn't know if you wanted me to say your name. We were a bridge. Our soul contracts, I'm talking like 77 to about 85. 1977 to about 85. We said, soul contract wise, we'll be the bridge. We're going to help hold the babies down while they awakening. Shortly after we've awakened, we're going to come into these gifts, come hella high water, and we're going to use them. to help push the collective into this new era and this new age, regardless of what we lose. Because a lot of y'all have lost friends, they lost family, got put in some very difficult, like strange situations, but we kept going. And that's why I'm so passionate about what I do. This is why I teach. This is why I read. This is why I talk to people's ancestors and friends and family on the other side, because this is what I said I would do. I'm fulfilling a contract, and I don't believe in breaking contracts. I don't. Your word is your bond, especially in the spiritual realm. Play with them if you want to. If you tell a spirit you're going to do something and you don't do it, you're gonna pay one way or the other. So you might as well follow through with what you promised on the front end, because they're gonna take it off the back end. There is nothing free in the spiritual realm, just like there's nothing free in the physical realm. And that's why I'm saying get in now with this what to do now reading with your ancestors, because I've already laid out their offerings. So they're coming willingly. They've already been paid. Your people are paid. I can't do what I do unless everybody's getting their compensation. But you too need to be paid. You too need to be compensated. So let's find out which way they want you to go to get your money. I keep seeing these birds. They're all over the place. I'm in a parking lot and these birds are doing the absolute most. Keep going and anchor yourself in the now. Ooh, that's what you be doing. No wonder it just works out when I book a reading with you. Yeah, I pay everybody's people. Everybody gets a glass of water. Everybody gets an offering. And for a lot of people, the reason why I started doing that is because when your ancestors showed up, they were tired, they were worn, they were thin, they were emaciated, and they didn't have enough energy to really give you what it is you were even asking for information wise. I love when I pray about something and instantly get confirmation. It's a beautiful thing. But that's why I started doing it. It was years ago and I just started reading. Thank you. She said, shout out to you, Kisha. And because I'm a medium and I see spirit physical, like you see me right now, and I would call in somebody's ancestor, or I would go into doing something and I would see how desolate, how down, how hungry, how neglected that person had been. I can't just pick up cards and shuffle and grandma is hungry. That don't work. There is a spiritualist on here. When I first started reading for her, first time I ever read for her, before I could even get to my room to do it, her grandma asked for a cup of mint tea and some cookies specifically. So what did I do? I took my butt downstairs. I got a cup of mint tea and I got her some cookies. In the reading, we're talking about it. I'm showing her, this is your grandma asked. I didn't have the fancy that she wanted. She wanted like a china. She was very fancy. I didn't have that at the time. And she said, you know why? Because that's what I used to make my grandma every morning before she passed. Cup of tea and some cookies. They'll send you confirmation. Yeah, they'll send you confirmation. And a lot of times in a lot of these readings, they're going to tell you in 72 hours, you're going to see XYZ, a feather. You're going to see this as confirmation that this was really us. And that's when I get the text, Kisha, I saw a feather in the middle of the living room with no windows open. Yes, I know you did. Because this is a real thing. And this is really how you push forward. You're going to anchor in the now. The now is your present. It is a gift. It is the only thing you can utilize. You cannot go into the past and change anything. You cannot will yourself forward and see that. The now is the only present that you have. It is the only gift that you have. So use it. Use it to your advantage. Use it to your benefit. Ask your ancestors what to do now. Go to that link tree and get that what to do now. I've been seeing quarters I don't remember dropping. Do I leave them there? There is one at my door. What do you intuitively feel? And I'm going to say it like that because with coins, it can be a few things. It could be that you need to pick it up. Other times you do need to leave it there and just take notice. So whatever your first thought is, that's what you need to do when you see those. Same thing with dimes. Dimes can be very protective. Dimes have been used for protection here in America, in the South. So seeing dimes can mean protection. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to pick them up. Leave it, then leave it. Acknowledge it. Say thank you. I see it. May it do what it needs to do, and then keep it pushing. And I like that you came clear with leave it, right? Because that's the big thing with us, with our intuition, is we've got to trust her. We've got to listen to her, listen to him. Whatever you heard first, 99.9% of the time, that's the answer. Problem with a lot of people not being able to trust their intuition is because they're used to lying to themselves. They say things like, I'm going to start this Monday. I'm going to go to bed early. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And they never follow through. So you've been lying to yourself, so you don't trust yourself. So when that same voice that's been lying to you comes forward and says, break up with him, you second guess it and stay there. Now you wonder why all hell is breaking loose. Because you've been lying to yourself. So once you stop lying to yourself and you start following through with promises to self, then your intuition is going to be strengthened and you're going to start believing what your intuition says at the beginning because now you're believing you. That's also why a lot of you don't believe that people are going to be willing to listen to what it is that you have to say, be willing to experience or take part in the product that you have or the service that you have because you don't believe you. Yes. Yes. She said, yes. You've got to believe in you. The ancestor said this so strongly this past weekend. Every time you delay, every time you procrastinate from putting out there what it is that you have to put out there, you're saying that we're not worth it. You're saying that we're not worth it. All of our sacrifices, all of our difficulties, all of our wins, all of our pushes, everything, none of it was worth it. Every time. So for those of you who are looking to start a business, those of you who are looking to do something different, stop waiting. We're in Taurus season. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Get started. You're never going to get there if you don't start. Never. You'll let me know if the sound goes out at any point because I just cut the car off. That message was for me. You're welcome. We've got to get started. And the experience and experiences that we've had in the past tend to color how we think things are going to be forward, right? But this is the thing with coloring. You can always switch colors. You can always switch. You're going to have to choose the filter with which you're going to see your future. And that's something that you have to choose now, in this present moment. With us asking the ancestors with this reading, what do I do now? So they can show you how to change that filter going forward. I just joined and I'm new here, but definitely here for a reason. I'm so glad that you're here. How does one pull money resources cleanly, quickly? Every time I ask, I get projected on by my family. So that's a good question. How do you pull money and resources? That's a loaded question because there's many layers to that. Okay. Okay. I got you on those businesses. The first thing with your money and resources is you have to have a system for the current money and resources that you have. This is not anything that anybody ever likes to hear, but to pull in money and resources cleanly and quickly, honey, you got to have a system with what you got now. When that check comes in, where does it go? What is it going on? Do we know how many, what do you call those, subscriptions do we have? Right? Once we have a system for our money, are we investing? Do we have an emergency fund? Once we've properly handled the resources that are coming in, then we can begin to be open and available to hear instruction on how to pull in additional resources quickly and cleanly. Yes, welcome everyone, and please tap the screen. Thanks for that reminder. Because a lot of times people like to overlook the current chaos and be like, give me more, give me more, give me more. That's not how spirit works. Spirit's going to say, go clean up first. That's why if you talk again to the ancestors, they'll tell you go clean up that kitchen, go clean up that house. And I mean clean it from top to bottom. Get the dust bunnies out the corner. Put salt at the front door. Like they'll tell you to clean and organize a system first. So you've got to organize and clean up your money that you have. Once you've cleaned up the money that you have, once you've allocated a system to that money, whether it's investing, whether it's doing this, whether it's saving, any of those things, then you're in a state to where you can receive real direction from spirit on where your next resource of money can come from. And only at that time, and I'll tell you why, because before then, you're in a spirit of chaos and desperation. Desperation is dangerous because it will have you doing things that you had no business doing. It'll have you in rooms that you are not ready to be in and put you in situations that you cannot get out of, have you making loans that you cannot pay back. And I don't just mean monetary loans. Mm-hmm. Hey, TJ. So that's the thing. So we put a system on that money first. Where is it going? Then we're making sure that we're calm. Now we can listen. Now we can hear. Now we can go. That's how you pull in money and resources cleanly and quickly. Then you can do the money work, right? Then you're not doing it out of that, oh my gosh, I need it, I need it, I need it. Should I get a financial advisor? Then I have a system, but I'm struggling with depth and need more money. So go ahead and book that. What do I do now? And we're going to ask your spirits if that's what you need. That's what that whole $33 reading and my link tree is about. What do you need to know now? And if that's something you want to know, go ahead and book it and let them tell you. They'll tell you where to go. They've been so specific. They told the girl today what specific company to go look for her job in. Didn't even know they had that position available at that company. I am doing well, love. I hope you're doing well. That's the specifics that we're getting. This is not about theory. What do I need to know now? Ancestors, what do I do now? What do I do now? That's what this is about. This isn't about, oh, I'm just going to, do this. No, they're going to tell you, get that ammonia, do this, pick up that phone and make this phone call. I'll give you another example of someone they were very specific with last week, which lets me know. You said, I'm about to book one of them. Go right ahead. I am, I be all over the place. But this is the thing. I'm going to book that soon. My birthday gift to myself. Oh my gosh, when is your birthday? When is your birthday? And yes, please do book it. I would be honored to read for you because your ancestors do not play about you. Um, Another example of specifics. I was on the phone with a young lady, and out of nowhere, Spirit was like, you need to go apply for this thing now. Like it's gonna, your birthday's tomorrow. Oh my God, happy birthday. Everybody go wish Cosmic TJ happy birthday. Happy birthday, love. Happy birthday. They was just telling me last night I was gonna book a private reading with you soon. So I can't. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Oh my gosh, happy birthday. The happiest of birthdays. Oh my gosh, I pray divine peace and protection, abundance, love, and joy over you. May you receive everything that you want, need, and desire without delay. You have an amazing heart for your people, and I know they're coming through for you. I'm so excited for you. Happy birthday. I can't wait to tell you what they got to tell you. But yeah, they were very specific with that young lady, and they told her to go apply for something that was previously unavailable. And she told me that that was on like a Friday. That Monday, the applications reopened. Like, this is all about detail. That's what the situation is, because the powers that be would have you feel as though you either don't have enough or there's no way out. There's always a way out. And you definitely have enough. Man, I love you to life. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Love you too. That's the thing. When it's in you, not on you, it shines. And it's in you. It ain't on you. Um, that's the thing we have to. The ancestors are hilarious. Um, did he say, hey everyone, nobody told me you was going live. My bad. I should have put it in the group chat. That's my plan from going on out. TJ said, thanks everybody in the comments for his happy birthdays. If you got, that's the other thing. If y'all aren't in the group me, go in my link tree and join. It's free. We be texting about all of the things, the recipes, the rituals, the dreams, the ancestors, the things, how they get into people, the things we don't say on here. Thank y'all for liking the live and tapping the screen. I appreciate y'all for sharing it too. I love it there. Yeah, I do too, because I'll wake up and I'll have messages and they'll be like, Keisha, what's this? Or why are people saying that? And then we get to go deep, child. I can put the secrets in the group me. Okay. In the group chat, I could put out the secrets. I can't do that on here. So yeah, make sure you're following the group me chat. And that's the thing, like creating these spaces, these community spaces where people can be comfortable. And it's because I have to accept everybody that comes in, because sometimes I'll get an invitation and spirit be like, decline. That's somebody nosy. That's somebody being a monitoring spirit. That's not who that is. Their picture is not who they say they are. So I'm protecting the babies over there. But make sure y'all get this what do I do now reading with these specifics. She said, clock it. And it is not. It is not the business. I mean, if I'm gonna do a soda, I'm gonna do it all the way. I did not want a zero sugar. That tastes horrible. Um, yeah. You went mute for a minute. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, I did go out for a second. The car cut off. Let's see if y'all can still hear me. Y'all let me know if you can still hear me or not. Okay, we're all clear. Okay, good. Yeah. You got your ginger ale. Girl, I love a ginger ale. I love a ginger ale. My husband said, because I'm from the South, we use it for everything. He'd be like, ginger ale is not medicine, babe. It is not. But it could be, because it does what it needs to do. But yeah, Canada Dry, because it's the best. Because it's top tier. Because it's top tier. So while we're here and we're talking about y'all getting these what to do now readings, okay? Okay, you just left a book you're reading. Okay, cool beans. And I know I said cool beans. I'm aging myself. I probably am one of the few people that's still saying that. I can't let it go. One of the things that Spirit is saying that we need to do in order to assist us in grounding in the now is being aware of things that are around us in the moment and giving gratitude for those things. And this sounds corny. This feels like it's something that's understood, but it's a real thing, right? Like, thank you for my legs. I have the ability to walk. Thank you for my arms. Thank you for my hands that they're working. Thank you that I can breathe, right? The idea, I see where you're going with this. The idea of your breath. They want to sit there for a while. They want to rock with that for a while. They talk about how in religion, they always talk about the potter and the clay, right? And how their God created us out of clay, molded us into being. And the ancestors are emphasizing the fact that they're always focused on the molding, right? And the shaping. But they're forgetting the important part, which is the breath. It is only the breath. It is only your Heka, your Ashe, that can breathe life into that thing and make it real. Your breath, your voice is the most powerful tool that you have available to you at any given moment. I dare you to begin to command your situations. One of the things that was taken from those who were African Americans is how to speak with the divine. We were instructed, we were taught, we were socialized to pray, to beg, to utilize our most powerful tool to do the least powerful thing, which is beg. Begging gets you nowhere. Begging leaves you at the mercy of the God. It makes you a servant of the God instead of being the actual God. So, hey Tam. And that is what you're having to learn how to do. When you go into prayer, when you go into conversation with the divine, with your ancestors, begin to command the thing, right? I command that my situation be clear. I command that my peace of mind be forever steady. Begin to speak the things into existence. That's what you need to use your breath for. No more of this. If it's one thing, it's another. No more. I always get the best result. I don't know if it's a hawk or an eagle. I see them almost every day, or crows. Those are definite spirit messages. Hawks can be ancestors. Eagles are protection and perspective. Crows are actual protection. Yes, it's the same as decreeing, declaring, commanding. Because a decree, I'm glad you asked that. A decree is a proclamation. It is something that is set in stone. It's like when the king put out a decree, everybody had to follow it. There was no choice. If that decree goes out, that's what it's got to be. And that's how firm you have to be with your reality. Being the God of your reality, not the servant of a God of your reality. And saying, this is what I decree over my life. I decree that I am abundant. And abundance takes many different shapes and forms. I want to almost separate abundance from money. Because abundance is not always money. Abundance can be favor. Abundance can be luck. It can be protection. Case in point, just left the post office, had the wrong postage on the packages, and the postman said, this was supposed to cost you XYZ because I print my labels at home. He said, but that's all right. I'm going to accept it anyway and send it on. Cool. I'll take that. That's abundance in favor. What is so crazy? I was led to post one of my custom prayers for the collective today. Oh, I'm going, listen. Yes, favor, honey. Because we need favor. You want favor. Start praying favor over your life. Calling favor over your life. Decreeing favor over your life. Decreeing luck. Luck is protection. A lot of people don't talk about luck. I don't know why they don't talk about luck. Okay? She said, yes, you hitting me in my gut again. That happened to me today. I went to pay a speeding ticket and the ticket was not in the system. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Cause what? Cause that's what we're doing. We want luck. Luck is protection. I remember an ancestor sitting me down and he was one of my OGs, right? And he was like, you'll never ask us for no luck. You need luck. Luck will have you so far up and people won't know how. That's luck. Luck is protection. It keeps you out of situations. Ooh, she lucky. Ooh, every time she do something it work out for her. Yeah, because I'm lucky. Tell me the lady said, just keep searching for it. I said, God paid for it and walked out. I know that's right. Because keep searching for it. No, ma'am. No, it is gone. It no longer exists. They did that with a debt that I had. This was last week. I called the company trying to get the things together to like handle the debt. And it was an older debt. And I'm like, let's just address it. Because life be happening. Address stuff. And I called the first company and they said, we don't have a record of it. So I said, well, let me call the original. I called the original. The guy asked me 18,000 questions and then came back and said, you know what? That was our mistake. We should have billed XYZ and not you. So now you have a zero balance and we're going to take this off. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Favor. Luck. I sure did. I took myself to Hobby Lobby and got some of that old school candy that they like. Them little red peanut patty things and took it to the altar. Thank you. Appreciate it. Favor and luck. Favor and luck. That's what y'all are decreeing over your lives. Favor and luck. Because they not playing fair. I heard a young man say at the end of last year, I'm not doing anything by the mundane. If I need it handled, I'm doing magic. I'm doing magic for it. He said, I'm doing magic for everything in 2026. And I said, yes, nephew, use your tools because they not playing fair. Why are you? And that's why we using what we got to get the instruction that we need. You're going in that link tree and you're booking that what to do now reading. So your ancestors can tell you how to get ahead of the game. Tell you maybe you need to download this app so that you can get gas at a discount. Okay? I was at Walmart last week and they tried to give me some natural light beer. Was that for your folks, you think? I said, I didn't order that, but my grandpa and uncle always drank it. That's what I said. It must have been for your folks. Oh, because they going to get what they want. I love that. She said, I said, who wants this? Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. They said, no, we going to get this beer one way or the other. I love that. Because they will get it. They will get it how they get it. Put something in your order. Have somebody drop something off at your door that you like. This ain't mine. That's hilarious. Because they're living and they're breathing. But favor and luck. They're telling me don't get sidetracked. Okay, favor and luck. Those are our focuses. Favor and luck. A lot of y'all need to keep an amulet on you. And it could be something you own. It ain't got to be something that you go out and buy. A necklace, a ring, a bracelet. Something that you keep on you. I'm just giving y'all as I hear it. This is for the favor and the luck. Okay. So you're going to take whatever that is, that necklace, that bracelet, that item, and you're going to decree. You're going to command over it. You got a money bracelet, use it. Wake it up. Tap it on the table. Call in the energy. And say that see yourself with a shield around you. Right? And it's just drawing in favor, and it's drawing in luck, and it's repelling anything that does not match that narrative. See it, say it, feel it, wear it every day. See it, say it, feel it every day. That's what they're wanting. That's what they're saying. For favor and for luck. It's that season. It's that season. I remember a few weeks ago, everybody was on here concerned about a specific day. A psychic had predicted that date there was going to be like a shift or like a visit from extraterrestrials or whatever. And a lot of people came on with their think pieces and stink pieces and why the man was wrong and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, the shift happened, but you weren't paying attention. The shift is no longer happening out here. I just want to put that out. The shift is happening here, and it's happening here. Because this affects all of what's out there. You're in charge of when the shift happens. You're in charge of that. That's why I posted that yesterday. I'm staring at the person who decided that enough was enough. She said, I got chills. Because you the shift leader. You in charge. You make the decision. You make the decision. And the decision is enough is enough. No more struggle, no more lack, no more worry. You said, I was like, who, me? Yes, you. Yes, you. You are in charge. You are in charge. What is his name? Brother Panic. If you guys don't know anything about Brother Panic, go on YouTube and look it up. He's got hours on hours on hours of occult wisdom. And one of the first things that I ever came across with him, he had you record in your voice on your phone, I am God, and repeat it and listen to it every day. There is something about your psyche that changes, that shifts when you hear yourself say, I am God. There is power in that I am declaration. That's a real thing. Enough is enough. I've been through. It's over. I know that's right. Today is it. No more. No more. And this is what they mean by don't judge it by what you see. Keep saying it until you see what you said. Keep saying it until you see what you said. The reality will shift. Today is it. I am a witness to so many people decreeing these things, and they're shifted. You just got so emotional because today is it. You got so emotional because your people said, come on, let's shut the door. Let's lock it. We're not going through this no more. Welcome in, everyone, and tap the screen. You got emotional because you knew that what you just went through, you should have never had to deal with. But since you did, and you got through it and you overcame it, that's the last time you're going to ever go through something like that. Yep. Yes, ma'am. Today is it. I'm done. That's it. I'm moving. That's it. I'm going to be in a new car. That's it. I'm over people wasting my time. That's it. This job will no longer disrespect me. Let me go get something new. Let me go apply. And not just apply, but apply expecting a response. Today is the day. You're the shift. You make the shift. Go ask your ancestors, what do I do now? And I'll tell you what they said. What do I do now? Here they come with this stuff. That's time. It's time for a lot of us. We've come out of this energetic corridor. We had that, what was it, the Aquarius stellium, where it was, everybody was knuck if you buck. Everybody was on edge. Everybody was ready to fight. But that was because people were tired. When you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when people fight. That's when revolutions happen. Aries. Yep. Thank you. I knew it was an A. I can't remember. But that's when people make a change. When they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you'll do whatever it takes to see that change. And that's what Spirit is saying. Let us guide you so that you don't do the thing that's going to put you further in the hole. We can utilize that energy to help push you forward. But if you just go out and doing things with no direction, with no guidance, you can find yourself anywhere. So I want you, between today and tomorrow, because I'll be back on here tomorrow, get you an amulet, a necklace, a bracelet, or something, and call in favor and luck over that thing. See the energetic field around you that only pulls in favor and luck and repels everything else. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. I'll see you back here. I know it'll be before 2:30 Central. That's all I can tell you, because I know people always like, what time? I can tell you I'll be back tomorrow before 2:30 Central. And we're going to keep meeting like this because Spirit wants us to dig into different things with one another, to explore certain things. And tomorrow we're going to talk more about your godhood. Okay, yes, I'm going to put it in the group. And y'all go make sure you join the group me to stay in the chat and to go get that What to Do Now ancestral reading in my link tree for only $33. We're getting you specific direction. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good one. Let me figure out how to close this thing.